everybody, and welcome back to Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, and our featured matchup for the day brings us to the map Twisted Rift. And spawn in the upper left-hand corner as the purple, or blue, I think it is, blue ZIRCON, we do have FreshPrince. Then sliding down into the bottom right corner, his opponent for today, the man you know and love. Spawning as the green black hand, we have DirtyDutch. So it is going to be ZIRCON versus Black Hand here on Twisted Rift, and it looks like it's going to be a ref start, I believe, for both sides. Let's get that mini-map back up. Yeah, it's going to be ref start for both sides. I mean, not shocking for this map. There's no contested spikes, so it's pretty standard to be going for those ref first. Get that harvester out just a touch quicker, and that way that first load of Tiberium comes in just a touch faster. You can see he's just now docking. So pretty good on that docking speed. But anyways, these guys are going to be going for pretty much mirror builds, so it's going to be curbing a little bit of the early aggression that could be coming out from DirtyDutch. Would have looked for, you know, some type of a flame opener here early on. But then again, he is still potentially poised to do that. He could potentially drop a second War Factory and go all in here, but I'm not 100% certain. We will have to see. And it's going to be a Pitbull Scout coming out from FreshPrince. Not sure if he knows what faction DirtyDutch is, but this is a smart move regardless. You always want to get a Scout out and get an opportunity to see what's going on the other side of the map, and a Pitbull is not a bad way of doing that. And we actually have a Rifleman squad running up on the top side of the map. Interestingly enough, DirtyDutch not opting to send a whole lot of Scouts out. He seems to be content with just playing this one safe for now. Or rather, just playing this one a little bit more on the risky side, I guess. He's actually going to go for the early MCV pack as well, and that's going to take a bit of damage here from this Pitbull. He may actually be forced to deploy a bit earlier than he was hoping to as a result, but he does have a Confessor Cabal squad, which looks like it's going to be coming down to try and stave off that Pitbull, and exactly going to be that. But actually going to be forcing out the response from a Scorpion tank as well, so a little bit of lost production time there for DirtyDutch, so I would definitely say FreshPrince is going to be feeling good about that. Meanwhile, he's pumping out more and more harvesters, going to be sending his MCV here down to the expansion. And his Pitbull will get away, so very, very calm early game. And again, this is going to be favoring ZIRCON. The later the game goes on, the better they're going to be feeling. Then again, flame rushes on this map, pretty tough to get to work, especially if you're not going to be sending out a ton of scouts to anti-scout your opponent. So DirtyDutch may be content with playing this one out over the long haul, content with the fact that he's going to be stronger later on in the game. We'll have to see. Black Hand is definitely able to hold things off, and racks being dropped here, a couple of rocket squads being pumped out as well, going to be out to defend against these Scorpion tanks, but not going to be a whole lot of aggression going on down on the bottom side of the map. We do have that Pitbull scouting the top of the map wisely, and be looking for any stray flame tanks that may be sneaking around, as he doesn't have any spots in his base. But oh man, these infantry just getting manhandled right now, and that's going to be really bad. 3 Scorpion tanks here on the front lines. One does get picked off with the assistance of the 3 rocket harvesters here. No, I'm sorry, there was a Predator tank in that mix. I did miss that. But the rocket harvesters will get the final blow on that last Scorpion tank. They will be pulled off the line now, so unfortunately not going to be enough of a defense here from FreshPrince to actually hold the lines. He seems to be okay with kiting this one out with just the rocket harvesters. They are quite tanky, but he's going to be forced to be sending down some Predator tanks, and now those Scorpion tanks are starting to look a little bit less menacing, especially with the fact that it is ZIRCON, so he does have those rocket harvesters. And the Predator tanks, he does not want to be losing any Predator tanks here. He does have Defender's advantage. You want to be pulling that back to the War Factory now. And is that going to be getting back? He is getting shots on the rear armor of the Scorpion tank, but he moves out of position. If he loses the Scorpion tank, that's really bad. No, he will survive with just a touch of HP left. Pitbull pretty heavily damaged here, going to be falling back. May actually get picked off by any bikes that are kicking around, but it looks like there is a bike sitting here waiting. So Pitbull coming back in just for a little bit of harassment, and maybe just to do a bit of damage here. Not sure what blew up, but something went down. May have been a harvester that was very heavily damaged. I did miss it though. But anyways, we will be taking a look. There are 3 Predator tanks sitting up here in the main base of FreshPrince. Let's see what's going on down on the bottom side. He's going to be spamming out some more of those Predator tanks. This may actually force the transition here from DirtyDutch to go into infantry. No, he seems to be okay with going for the bike buggy, and actually that's a much smarter move now that we think about it, because it's going to be giving him a lot more map control. On a map of this size, you definitely want to have that control early on. There is still a Rifleman squad on the top side of the map, going to be getting good coverage for any stray flame tanks, because that is always a looming threat with Black Hand. You do have to worry about those flame tanks coming around the flanks and potentially wiping out your entire base if you're not paying attention. But double War Factory here, just pumping out more and more of these bikes. Absolutely no buggies to be seen here, but first War Factory gets sold off, so it's just going to be one War Factory now. And interestingly enough, normally you would see that War Factory deployed up in the expansion, but looks like DirtyDutch was content with the pressure that he put on. He feels pretty comfortable with this here. Going to be moving in with these bikes. Let's see if they get spotted. They will get spotted by this Pitbull, so FreshPrince will have an opportunity to respond to this, but that Pitbull will go down in response. The question is, what is the response going to be coming out from FreshPrince? So he already has some infantry out on the map. He is moving out with a sizable force here, but it looks like he is going to be completely out of position. He does have 4 Predator tanks here, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. Actually, it should be enough to stave off these bikes here, and actually one of the refs gets sold off maybe a touch earlier than it needed to be. There's still a lot of Tiberium here that needs to be mined. I'm kind of surprised at the amount of harvesters being transitioned. Bikes being herded down into the center of the map, and they're actually going to be coming up behind this force that's moving across the map here. And we actually do have the Tiberium field suits upgraded here for FreshPrince. Ooh, MCV is caught out of position. Could have potentially got fired on by these bikes, but they just decide to pick off any stray units. They do manage to pick off a zone shatterer. Zone Shatterer will get a good shot off there. That was the overload beam, and it does manage to take down all of those bikes with the assistance of those rocket squads later on. But now it is going to be the main force here from FreshPrince, going to be engaging in. No AP ammo to speak of, but Tiberium Field Suit's going to be pretty good. The problem is they're not going to be great against the flame upgrades here coming in from DirtyDutch. This big infantry transition is definitely paying dividends here for DirtyDutch. He's going to be feeling real good about this as he beats back the aggression here from FreshPrince. There's not a whole lot in response coming out from FreshPrince. He's going to be spamming infantry. I don't agree with this unless he gets some sniper teams in the mix, and I don't think ZIRCON has access to sniper teams. In fact, I know that for a fact. It's been a little while since I actually casted any Kane's Wrath, so my knowledge is a bit shaky today, but we'll be giving it a go anyways. A couple of watchtowers going to be dropped here. Smart to deploy on the far side of the field, or at least about halfway through, so that way you can get these watchtowers up on the front side. You want to be giving protection to those harvesters. And really need to be seeing AP ammo done here at this stage, but unfortunately not going to be seeing that just yet. Now Predator tanks straying a little bit too far forward. Looks like maybe they're going in for the crush, but they're going to get absolutely annihilated, and these APCs just don't have the damage output without AP ammo upgraded right now. Zone Shatterers getting into range, getting some decent shots off, but this is definitely looking pretty tragic here for FreshPrince. He's losing a lot of his infantry and his frontline armor. Only a couple of Zone Shatterers sitting on the backside here as the rocket squads are just continuing to press forward, and this is a very cost-effective army here from DirtyDutch. He's going to be feeling very comfortable continuing to press forward. The Zone Shatterers not going to be able to deal with the Black Disciples because they just take so little grenade damage, and we can see they're continuing to press forward, trying to building block this out with the barracks, protected those watchtowers. I'm kind of shocked that we don't have AP ammo done. It now comes online just as I'm saying that. And looks like the infantry force here from DirtyDutch, while still in a large enough number to be a threat, it is definitely not going to be enough to push through all of these AP ammo watchtowers as well as the Zone Shatterers. There are some additional reinforcements coming in here from FreshPrince on the back side of things, which is going to be joining in. Let's take a look and see what's going on for DirtyDutch. He has an expansion going up on the top side of the map, 2 refineries, and he's getting some good refining on that field. And this is the problem. FreshPrince is being forced to spend a lot of money on static base defenses, which are going to equate to absolutely nothing here in just a minute. Once he sells off all these watchtowers, they're just going to be single rifleman squads, and they're not really going to be very good against this infantry. And if this battle takes place in a different location, which it surely will, FreshPrince is going to be in a difficult situation. Let's take a look on the top side of the map. It looks like FreshPrince is trying to get eyes on what DirtyDutch is up to. That Pitbull probably going to be going down there to the Scorpion tank that just came out. But anyways, infantry being engaged once again here by these forces. I don't know about the choice here from FreshPrince to actually engage this. He's not going to be gaining anything by trading right now, and he's not trading very effectively. It looks like infantry drop being called in here. Not sure where it's being called into. All the way across. Wow, this is a really risky infantry drop really far forward. Maybe he was expecting to be able to beat that infantry a little bit sooner. Luckily, power goes down, so that Shredder turret is offline. These two foxholes are dug in. The rocket squad should be looking to jump inside of them, but unfortunately that one Shredder turret just being powered down for just that short amount of time allowed those 2 foxholes to come to fruition. And those foxholes actually pretty good without any of those infantry with the flame upgrades rolling around. However, we do have a flame tank on the top side of the map here for DirtyDutch. It looks like there's another one moving into his original main base, and this base is good as gone right now because there's absolutely nothing to stop this. Zone Shatter is coming out here from FreshPrince on the back side of things. He's going to need to call these into action here to deal with the flame tanks. Question is, will they be enough to actually stop this? It looks like we do have an infantry and actually a mixed force here from FreshPrince going to be trying to equalize this fight, going to be clearing out on the other side. We do have a Hammerhead rolling through. Is the Hammerhead going to be enough to actually stop these flame tanks, though? I think they're going to do enough damage to be pretty devastating here. Tier 2 is going to be taken out for sure. And that flame tank goes elite, and it will finally go down. They should manage to take down these remaining flame tanks pretty easily. Those 3 Hammerheads will be quite good at that, and the Zone Shatter are also going to be adding to that damage. So it's looking like the forces here from DirtyDutch have been beaten back. Meanwhile, FreshPrince continuing to pressure on the right-hand side of the map, and it's going to force DirtyDutch to sell up there on the right side of the map. However, he's transitioned hard into Scorpion tanks. This is an interesting choice, seeing that he knows that he's up against ZIRCON and knows that Hammerheads are always a looming threat, and now there's absolutely nothing in the way of anti-air defenses here from DirtyDutch. He seems to have been caught with his pants down by the Hammerhead transition here from FreshPrince. He does have a couple of buggies out now. He's got triple War Factory. Needs to be triple War Factory bike buggy right now because he's got enough Scorpion tanks to hold off any ground army that's going to be coming his way. It looks like he does manage to finally crush this army over on the right-hand side. Dozer Blades are done as well, but these Hammerheads just going to be a much, much bigger threat to deal with right now. He needs to get out some bike buggy, and the problem is that FreshPrince is going to be spending this time getting his infantry army back into position, and actually he is already pressing forward, and the Hammerhead's doing a great job of just kiting in, taking out Scorpion tank after Scorpion tank, managing to pick up Harvester kills as well. That's really good. That's exactly what he wants to be looking for, and that's just as a result of DirtyDutch not having tier 2 and not having any air defenses here. That bike buggy coming online just a little bit too late to be of any use. He is managing to hold off the Hammerheads for right now. It doesn't look like they actually have ceramic armor upgrades done. They need to get that done. They should be looking to get that done, especially now with the numbers advantage that they have. If that ceramic armor were to come online, they would be absolutely devastating. Now it's going to be a War Factory push here from FreshPrince, and it looks like DirtyDutch is content to engage into this, and it's going to be the Hammerheads flying over the top. The overload beams being fired on the Zone Shatterers. They're getting pretty good splash damage on this army. The bike buggy needs to be the focus here of these Zone Shatterers, allowing these Hammerheads to actually move in and engage the Scorpion tanks, but it looks like the Zone Shatterers are actually doing quite a nice job of dealing with the Scorpion tanks on their own. They are absolutely annihilating that force, and it looks like DirtyDutch may in fact be defeated here. I don't know how he's going to stop this. He does still have triple War Factory. He does have bike buggy pouring out. He's got a mix here. He's got Scorpion tanks coming out as well, but the tech advantage definitely in favor of FreshPrince right now. He can continue to push this. He can continue to move forward with this base push. He's looking to be in great shape right now. And let's see what happens here. It's double War Factory here on the front lines. It looks like he's maybe sold up the rest of his production infrastructure on the back side of things. But these two Zone Shatterers sitting on the other side of this rift in pretty good shape. Unfortunately, they will fire that overload beam, knowing that they're probably going to die here. Actually, that one did not need to die. It could have been pulled back. This Zone Shatterer should be looking to get off the front lines. Not actually taking aggro just yet. Should be the focus fire from DirtyDutch at this stage, but now he's got to deal with Hammerheads. He's got to deal with Predator tanks. He just doesn't have the army to deal with it. He needs infantry, and he needs them in a huge swarm right now. Zorka's actually being brought in to take down to take down the Harvesters, and that is going to be it. DirtyDutch has been defeated. FreshPrince coming out on top in that game. Whew. Solid game there from FreshPrince. Actually, pretty good work there from DirtyDutch. Made some transitional mistakes. Didn't scout the. It didn't seem like he had scouted the fact that FreshPrince had transitioned into Hammerheads, which I think was his demise, because when FreshPrince was able to engage into his expansion, take down a couple of those Harvesters, and force DirtyDutch to rebuild, or rather build a bunch of anti-air in the form of bike buggy, and then his entire main base also being swept through at the same time by FreshPrince, was a really tough situation for him, being at the tech disadvantage, losing the back infrastructure, not being able to respond on the other side of the map with the flame tanks. They just weren't able to get in and do the damage. The Hammerheads just reigning supreme here in this game. So FreshPrince showing that ZIRCON can still bring the heat. and he did work here in this game. So solid game to FreshPrince, also solid game to DirtyDutch. Definitely always a good thing to see. But anyways, it was a interesting game. I wouldn't say it was a top-notch game. It looks like maybe DirtyDutch wasn't at the top of his game in this one, but that's okay. We're all afforded those games. I know I've had probably a majority of those out of mine. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed the cast. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.